Hey everyone, welcome back to Bryan's Mysteries and Adventures on Trail. Today we are going to be talking about disappearances in national parks, which national parks have the most disappearances, which are considered the most dangerous. I know this video is going to frustrate a lot of people because there's so much misinformation and disinformation, people from different organizations saying one thing and others saying another. First, before we get started, if you are interested in purchasing a merch calendar, I will have all that information in the description and also towards the end. First, I wanted to say, unfortunately, I wanted to send my condolences because Miss Huang, the woman who I was talking about last week in the video, she was unfortunately found deceased. Her body was found by one of the drone teams. Her body was located in such a position that even the ground teams could not get down to her, but they put up a camp and they secured the location. This is a map of the general area of Mount Baldy of where she was located. The next day, they were able to send helicopter crews out, medevac teams. They hoisted them down, were able to bring her body up and take her to the San Bernardino County Sheriff's Coroner's Office. I can't imagine what her family is going through, and it's always just so devastating when things like this happen. So my thoughts and prayers go out to her and her family. Today we are going to be discussing disappearances in national parks, how many, which parks are the most dangerous statistic-wise. I want to point out first off that Mr. David Paulides, when he originally started writing his books, he tried to obtain this information from the National Park Service. First, they told him that they didn't keep a list, but then when he searched further, they wanted to charge him millions of dollars for a list, which means they really do keep a list. Now, I'm going to talk about a couple of different parks, a couple of different organizations that have talked about how many people have gone missing, the disappearances. First was the data collected by the National Park Service and various teams of search and rescue showing the mortality and incident rates from 2007 to 2023, beginning with the parks that had the most fatalities overall and accounting for also the number of visitors. Together, they explored which parks are the most dangerous and why. Finally, they came up with the numbers. The first was Grand Canyon National Park. I will have all these sources listed in the description, credits, so you can do more reading if you'd like. Now, in this study between 2007 and 2023, there were 134 deaths in Grand Canyon National Park. They believe that this was the most dangerous park. However, another study done by Outside Magazine states that Lake Mead National Recreation Area has been named the deadliest park in America. They had over 145 deaths in the time frame of 2014 and 2021. 47 of those were related to drowning. Here are some pictures of Lake Mead National Recreation Area. It's a beautiful place. I've been there myself. There's a lot of things to do, camp, go on the water, but it also leads to more of these unfortunate tragic incidences. There are so many people investigating this now. Elizabeth Nicholas of the Culture Trip writes, quote, "The National Park Service leaves it to the local law enforcement to track and solve or file away as cold the cases of people who have gone missing. And since there is consequently no federal database of people who have disappeared on these federal lands, it's difficult to track any trends or their disappearances," she continued. Of course, some of the cases of missing persons can be explained by tragic accidents that are inherent risk of exploring the great outdoors. According to her research, between 1958 and 2021, there are only 29 open cold cases for missing individuals in national parks, which we all know is ridiculous. Even she does. Now, at the time, the Grand Canyon and Yosemite National Park make up over half of those missing cases. According to the overwhelming consensus, between 2007 and 2023, data collected by the National Park Service and the various search and rescue, the Grand Canyon National Park is the most deadliest park in the nation, with 134 deaths. These dangers obviously come from it's very steep, but unfortunately a lot of them come from people trying to get the best picture, which is very sad. And now let's look at Great Smoky Mountains National Park. Great Smoky Mountain National Park had almost 14 million visitors last year. It is the most visited park in the nation. Here are some maps, some pictures of the actual park. We've talked about some cases on this channel before. It's a beautiful park. I've been there myself. Unfortunately, though, a lot of people do go missing. Now, according to the data, there's actually been 29 deaths just due to motor vehicle crashes. Again, according to the data between 2014 and 2021, according to Outside Magazine, there were over 80 deaths in this park. According to other sources, there were more. It depends on what you want to believe. Now let's look at Yosemite National Park, which is a beautiful park but is also blamed for a lot of disappearances and weird things. Yosemite National Park is considered second with 126 deaths within the same amount of time frame. Again, unfortunately, a lot of these deaths are preventable. They were done because people were trying to jump across rivers, or jump into rivers actually, or trying to get the best possible photograph. I'm not saying that it's their fault, it's just this is the information that I have at this point. Places like Nevada Falls and Half Dome, it's just an increasing phenomenon by people that want to get these pictures, which I just urge people not to do these kind of things. Based on the info provided by Outside Magazine, 33 of these deaths were medical. Something happened, but there were so many deaths that could have been prevented. Based on another source, which I'll have in the description, there was over 126 deaths in Yosemite National Park. I wanted to discuss this because, first of all, I'm not fear-mongering. I think all these parks are beautiful. I love them. I've been to most of them. I think it's great when you have the opportunity to go and explore them. But I think it's important to share safety information and to talk about these things. There are a lot of things that you can do to go out and have a great time. This is a map of Yosemite National Park. It's located in the state of California. Unfortunately, in my opinion, I feel like it's become overcrowded in the recent years, so it is hard when you get in there. And a lot of people do stupid things like jump off waterfalls and other things. All I can suggest is when you visit these parks, respect it. Just see the beauty. I mean, look at this. This happens once a year in Yosemite National Park when the waterfall looks like a lava flow. It's just beautiful. Why risk your life over something that you're going to see for fun? That's just my opinion. You don't have to agree. There are a lot of other national parks out there. Joshua Tree National Park It's risky because of the temperature. We've talked about cases on this channel before where people have lost their lives in that park too. Unfortunately, because they've gone out, they didn't have enough water, and it's just very tragic. I'm making this video mainly because the upcoming season, I want everyone to be safe. There's a lot of beautiful parks. Crater Lake National Park is one of my favorite. I mean, look at this beauty. One of the things you have to always consider is your own safety. Despite all these statistics and analysis, I think if you go out there and you're prepared, you can have an absolutely wonderful time. One of the things I suggest is going out with a friend or a couple of friends, especially if you're new to going out into the woods by yourself. Secondly, I recommend that anytime you go out, you tell at least 2 or 3 people of where you're going and what your plans are. Also, I've talked about this many times on my channel. I suggest, especially for beginners, you carry a SATCOM device. Now, I know there's a lot of SATCOM devices that are basic. For beginners, I recommend carrying one that has the ability to have A, unlimited text messages, B, up-to-date weather, tracking information, a compass, all those things, so that if you do get turned around, you can be safe, along with topo maps. Now, I knew the one that I carry personally has been discontinued, but they have made other devices that are just as good, that have tons of features that really can help keep you safe. Now, some of these devices, they do require a subscription. If any of you are doing a thru hike and need help, just send me an email, and me and my team, I will do whatever I can to help you and help keep you safe. I just wanted to make this video because I really was devastated with the loss of Miss Huang, and I just want to help keep people safe. I want to thank you all for watching. As always, you guys are all so amazing. Thank you for all your comments and your support. Special thank you to co.ag for providing the background music. Hopefully, I will see you all in the next one. Take care. Hey everyone, thanks for sticking with me to the end. I just wanted to talk to you a little bit about a few things. First, Miss Huang, it's just devastating that she lost her life, and it is always devastating to everyone in our line of work that cares, and I appreciate all your thoughts and prayers. Secondly, if any of you are interested in donating to the channel, donating by purchasing a merch calendar, I will have all that information in the description. A lot of that money goes towards search and rescue. I really appreciate all of you that have donated and that are willing to donate. The calendars this year are absolutely beautiful. They're made up of pictures that have been submitted by you guys. I thank you for that. I hope that it inspires you to explore new places and see things that you've never seen before. Most of you know I have a twin brother. He's going to be starting a YouTube channel. I'm not sure what the actual content is going to be. This is me and my twin brother. We're obviously not identical. That's me on the right. Anyway, I will see you all in the next one. Take care.